you click now on my new ASMR series, the ASMR alphabet, with the letter R for relief. R, S, M, R, Katz. My name is ASMR Katz, and I like to satisfy you with the best of ASMR satisfaction. This is why I wear headphones, and you should do too. Because here I create a crystal clear sound that makes you feel very relaxed. Even I feel always so relaxed that I have to yawn and calm down. The topic I speak about is relief. I already spoke about different emotions from H to Q, and you are invited to check them out when you click on the other videos, where you even can see way more of my YouTube channel, where I eat food, read books, and so on. Relief, I would say. Here on my channel, everything is about relief. Relief from stress, relief from anger, fear, relief from all the negativity and emotions that drag you down. When I started to enjoy ASMR, I felt directly how important noise is for me. I love music, and I already am very sensitive to too loud things where I don't feel comfortable. And I'm also a very emotional person when it comes to music. So when I then explored ASMR, I had this instant relief of stress. It helps me to fall asleep, and it helps me to relax, to let my mind go, and to just enjoy. So relief, isn't it an amazing emotion? Where are you able to relieve? Let me know in the comments. There are different kind of ways to come to the relief you need. And relief, I would say, is a very positive emotion. And I would say relief is kind of the similar emotion like gratitude or empathy or happiness, because it helps you to feel good. So ASMR is a very good way to relieve. But also there are different kind of things to relieve and to feel better. There are very healthy things to relieve, and there are also a lot of unhealthy things to relieve too. So how you can enjoy the benefits of relieving? I know that every one of us needs to relieve sometimes, because there is so much happening and we are under so much tension. First of all, because the time is just going faster and faster. Happily, I live at the countryside where the time is still a little bit slower. But when I sometimes in the city, the time runs so fast. The people run fast. You always have to be at a certain time at the bus station, train station, or whatever to come to the place where you want to go. And I think that the city time is just way faster. And I, first of all, always can recommend to relief to come out of this fast bubble and to really relax a little bit more. So how is it possible? The unhealthy ways to relieve is for sure, like I did say in all the episodes before, alcohol and drugs misuse. And the problem is, you may be relieved, but you are way faster stressed again and not have a long-term benefiting way. So the best is to see what you can do to relieve in a healthy way. The best way, I would say, to relieve is with a good sleep at night. And sometimes people have a big problem with insomnia. So what helps is for sure ASMR. But what also helps is to wake up early and enjoy the daytime with all the melatonin you get through the sun, and to enjoy the day. I know there are people out there who sleep very, very long and spend the most time in the night awake. But this makes you also don't see the daylight, and sun is so important for a good sleep. Another very good way to relieve is also through sport. I know that sometimes they are so unhealthy sports, but still, when you make it in the right balance, you are able to let go and to enjoy and to find relief. Then there's also a very good way of relief, and I would say it's creativity. As I already said in the ASMR alphabet series on the letter C, where I talked about creativity. Creativity is the absolutely key to be creative, self-confident, learning, practicing, meditating, and for sure also relief. There are different ways where you can be creative, but most of all, it is important to understand that it gives your stress or everything you have in mind a big output where you can relieve. There's something here loud in the background. For me, it is very, very hard to feel relief more and more. But I also know that I not even always can to relieve in an extreme way. And I think it's also part of getting more and more an adult, that you learn to enjoy and to not see the relief with such a stress that you have to make a big explosion to relieve. Because I would say I was a very, very wild teenager, and I always needed different ways of relief that was absolutely unhealthy for me, but also unhealthy for others. And that is also not what I wanted to manifest in my life. So I searched for better things to relieve. And therefore I find rituals amazing. I made already a lot of different rituals. And as you know, I'm very crazy. So I had the opportunity to go through a lot of nice rituals. One of the most amazing rituals I've ever made was my Vipassana. And there I was going through so much that I found the relief I searched for. Even so, I only meditated, and for some it feels like nothing, but for me it moved mountains. I also think that with the practice of meditation, I am able to relieve way faster stress, anxiety, and other emotions that I ever had been able to relieve before. With the help of this, I got a big toolbox in my hand where I'm able to stop all these mind games to the point where I'm really able to just relax and enjoy way faster than it ever was. And I think this is also a point of growing up and making experiences, that the relief don't have to be through crazy things anymore, that you also find relief way, way faster with simple things. And for me, it was very nice to relieve now through just a breath. To just be able to think about very simple things and to relieve way, way faster through that. But to learn to relieve faster with simple things needed to take action through big reliefs and big rituals that I was able to relieve way faster than I ever was able to relieve before. And to see the point where it's important to relieve is also for others very hard to see. I know when I'm sometimes so overwhelmed and stressed, I know exactly what I have to do to relieve this and to enjoy and to relax. But there was times I was not knowing how, and I searched in crazy rituals to a way to just relieve all of this. And I'm happy that I made these experiences, because now I'm way faster able to relieve. And I'm even open to enjoy ASMR and found my relief in this. And then there is relief that have nothing to do within you, but this is just something happening, not on purpose, not because of wishful thinking. It just comes to you and it gives you just the feeling of relief, even though you have not thought about it. So sometimes I get a visit from my friend, and then we spend some time together, speak about different happenings in our lives. And then when I say goodbye and spend some time alone again, I see, oh, I haven't thought about this, but it's an amazing relief that I just had this nice conversation where we spoke about a topic that was kind of bothering me, but now I just feel just relieved. It's just gone and I feel better. So sometimes there are very surprising ways of being relieved. And it's also always nice when you, as a person, be open for this way of reliefs and enjoy this reliefs in a very nice way. Relief is also self-care, because self-care is so important too. When you would not be able to relieve, you are also not able to relax, and so you are not able to take the steps of the self-care you need to move on and feel better. So this is also something where you have always to think about how you can relieve that you have the right amount of self-care, that you feel just better. And what exactly you can do for you in your own way to feel that relief and to take the actions for your self-care. Now, a very personal story of mine. When you made it already, you're so far, you really want to know. I removed my felony tubes. That means that I will never ever be able to get a child. I did this step, and it was one of the most amazing steps I was ever able to do in my life, and I not even thought at this before. But when I woke up from the operation, I felt a relief I never ever, and I made a lot of things to feel relief, felt in my life like this before. And this relief was the most amazing relief I've ever had experienced till yet in my full life. And don't get me wrong, it have nothing to do with anything rather than I want to make a present to this planet, and I want to let my footprint as small as possible, and this is why the area of my path will be over and no one else will be coming out of me to create more. I surely can imagine to adopt, because I think it doesn't matter if it's a kid out of my own body or someone else, but I know I, for myself, make here a stop. And this feeling was just an amazing relief. Don't have the responsibility at all to be a mother. Don't have the responsibility at all to decide what is the best for my kid and give up my own life for a kid. And it is just such a relief to know no matter what happens, no matter what will be, I only need to care and think most of all about myself. And what I do because I want it and not for anyone else rather than for me and for this project Silent 25. The community I live in, but not for anyone else. And this feels just great. And I never had this kind of relief in my whole life, and it's still there. Every day when I wake up, it feels just good to know I can live my life to my own terms. It is not for everyone, I know. And it may seem really egoistic, and it also can be. But to know that this is the end of my footprint gives me an unbelievable relief. So yeah, this is about me. Let me know what you have to say about the topic relief. And if you are curious for more, feel free to click on the notification bell, follow and subscribe, and see all the other videos I made for you. I read books, eat crazy food and sweets, and like to explore ASMR together with my friends. My name is ASMR Katz, and I hope you felt a little relief after this ASMR episode of mine. Have a good and reliefful time, and I hope to see you very soon at the next ASMR clip.